Hello everybody, my name is Burnage and this is my review for Tennis on the Nintendo Entertainment System. In Tennis, you struggle to turn your mind into a CPU to become the perfect scenario processing unit because that's what you're playing against. Pick single to play alone, or doubles if you can find someone crazy enough to be your player 2 in this mad quest for glory against this CPU monster. I'm going to do my best to explain this game's mechanics. Don't give me too much of a hard time if it's hard to follow, because I can't really refer to a manual for help, mostly because the manual's dog shit. Press A for a normal swing, and B to lob the ball to the back of the court. And that's all the useful information you get from the manual, which doesn't even scratch the surface of what you need to know to gain any enjoyment out of this game. Your player will switch stances on his own depending on where you're standing relative to the ball, so don't be intimidated by how often he flips around and changes the way he's holding his racket. Get close to the ball and swing and you're probably going to hit it. Getting the ball to go where you want to go after you hit it is the tricky part and something that took me a lot of practice to figure out. Even in the end, after mastering this game, I'm still not 100% positive on exactly how it works. Basically, if you swing early or late, the ball will go to one of the sides, depending on which way you're facing. Swinging right to left early will hit the ball to the left, and vice versa, as you can imagine if you think about physically swinging a racket at a tennis ball. If you swing when the ball is directly in line with your character horizontally, then the ball will go straight. I'm pretty sure this is all affected by stance, but I'm not 100% sure here. Since the stance changes are automatic anyways, you really just need to get used to the feel of it. How far the ball goes back is a much harder concept to get the hang of though, and I continued to hit the ball out of bounds regularly all the way until I was trying to beat the level 5 computer. And there I was stuck until I had it down completely. For starters, this is only something you have to worry about with the lob return. You can hit the ball out of the back of the court with a regular swing, but it's super rare and I don't even know why it happens. When it comes to the lob, it seems the main factor is how far back you are when you hit the ball, and being all the way to the back of the court when returning with a lob is the safe way to ensure to never hit the ball out of bounds. I've returned with lobs further up and miraculously kept the ball in place sometimes, so I think there's other factors like maybe stance or ball height, but I never had an issue with returning from the far back, so just do that. From this point I'm going to talk about some tennis mechanics, and I'm just going to assume you know the rules of tennis for this portion because the game seems pretty spot on here. For the serve, the higher the ball is, the further it will go. Too high and you will fault for hitting the ball too far, too low and you will fault for hitting the net. There's a specific sweet spot where you can hit the ball for a really strong fast serve that can leave even the perfect computer opponent standing there dumbfounded. But the timing is really specific and I can't really help you out here. It seemed to be about as high as you can hit it without faulting, and that's all the mechanics. The most difficult part here is how perfect the computer can be at executing them. He won't ever hit the ball out of bounds, and at the higher levels he will rarely even miss a swing. So until you master the art of keeping the ball in play, it kind of feels like he's legitimately cheating because it's really hard to keep up in points when you're giving up freebies to out-of-bounds hits at a frequent rate. One thing the computer seems to struggle with though is serving. I don't understand why, but the computer will fault all the time. I also found that if I moved around a lot while I was lining up the serve, he would fault even more. I once saw him fault 8 times in a row, winning me the game on the spot. I also love how sometimes when you score on him, he just charges up to the net menacingly with his racket cocked back, like, so you can beat me at tennis, nerd? But what are you going to do if I beat the daylights out of you with this racket? Easily the best part of this game. This one isn't going to be for everyone, though. When I first started playing this game, I hated it, and if you told me I was going to give it a good review, I would have told you, you're an idiot, and I hate you. Go die in a fire, you stupid, inbred son of a... Anyways, as I got good at this game, I started to like it more and more. By the end, playing against the hardest level computer, I was having a blast. I love this game. But I don't think a lot of people are going to share that opinion. The mechanics are so hyper-specific, and each little tiny mistake, standing a little off or hitting the ball just slightly off timing, will just lose you points constantly, making this game feel like total BS, and I don't think many people will stick around to master it so they can enjoy it. Once mastered though, this game will push your reflexes and endurance to the limit. You'll be focusing and trying so hard that it'll make you mentally exhausted. Some games will go on so long that you'll start to break. The adrenaline you'll feel and the satisfaction you'll get from winning is a real rarity in games as old as this one. So in the end, I guess I only recommend it to those that really like a challenge. It's a shame not to tell everyone it's a must-play because of how much I love it, but in the end I have to remain unbiased and give reviews that I think will suit everyone. Thanks for watching and listening to me praise this game like it's my guardian deity. Like and subscribe if you love this game as much as I do, or leave a mean angry comment if it popped the floor with you, and I'll see you in the next video.